time for the NBA. Live on 2K Sports. Go. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. You can feel the energy here in Milwaukee. The Bucks looking to please their fans in this Eastern Conference matchup. Getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team. Last year was a lopsided affair as they were able to take all 4 games in the series, earning the sweep.
And they were unbeaten against this club last season. Not surprising considering where they both finished in the standings.
Well, they're more talented, more accomplished at this point, but you can't rely on that and start taking plays off. You could get surprised.
And Okoro pulls it down. Pass to Quinones. Well, Greg, this matchup features 2 teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Here's Barnes. Williams with the block. And they get it back. Pass to Quinones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots the 3. Tracks in the tray.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Buries it from 3-point range.
A situation made for LaMelo Ball. Anything you can do, I can do better.
Barnes. The layup missed.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Here's Banchero. And it's off from 3-point range.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Well, Okoro is a team-first guy that wants to involve his teammates. Pretty pass there.
And finished off by Banchero.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. The kick out to Ball. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
I love how LaMelo uses the contact to get to the line. This guy's IQ on the offensive end is something else.
And he makes both free throws. One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Pass to Banchero. Now Ball. He has 5. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. The Bucks shooting their first free throw of the game here. Hey, Doris, how has Scotty Barnes advanced his game since being named Rookie of the Year back in 2022?
Well, all the physical skills are there for him. Tremendous athlete, cross-positional defensively. I think what happens for young players is they start to read the progressions of the game more quickly. Now you can put the ball in his hands, let him be a decision maker. This guy... is a stat stuffer.
When you think about Scotty Barnes, Doris, it's amazing how good he already is.
Kev, it's remarkable that he can affect almost every aspect of the game at a high level, meaning he opponent's best player. But he can also fill up the box score on the offensive end. Points, assists, rebounds, he can do it all.
Now here's Barnes to the middle. Pass to Jackson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And this is where Jackson feasts. And at times, he's just too overwhelming for the D, which results in the foul.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work, and it pays dividends.
Here's Barrett, still without a basket. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
You know, certainly we've seen R.J. Barrett productive as a scorer. I think the key for him moving forward is just be as efficient as possible.
GA, you look how Garland can create for himself. Very good off the catch or the bounce.
So deadly off of those high pick and rolls because he can dribble into that three. A playmaker that can do that is a headache. Garland knows how to create that space and get his look.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, I had a chance to catch up with head coach Phil Jackson. Now, he feels like Darius Garland is the key to that offense. Coach said not many people can stay in front of Garland one-on-one. He's so shifty. So the rotations defensively have to be decisive and quick. And at the other end, we want to force him to work defensively. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now Barrett following the three-point attempt by Scotty Barnes. Van Carroll looking around. And finished off by Van Carroll.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
And right now you love the chess match, right? The ability of each side to adjust to what the other is doing.
Over in the corner, Barnes. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Well, those three-point opportunities from the corner, those are shots that teams encourage. Scotty Barnes, no hesitation.
A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Barnes outside to the inside. In the corner, Okoro with it. And no good that time. Charlotte in the lead. Right side, Barrett. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pass to Barnes. Here's Quinones. To the left side wing. Okoro shot is off. And here's Van Carroll. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. 3-point lead. Deep 2 from Ball. Kicks it out to Van Carroll. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes possession. Good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Hornets on top, ending the first quarter with a 13-5 run. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Hornets.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
The other thing they've done a great job of so far is getting offense off of their defense, forcing turnovers, then quickly converting.
It's good from long range.
Well, the versatility he possesses makes him a very tough cover, guys.
Now, granted, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
Over in the corner, Portis. 5 on the clock. Here's Thomas. Got a piece of it.
Oh, impressive defense from top and twice on the pipe. Send it back.
And here's Arenas. Johnson outside. Back to Arenas. And it's Arenas with the jam.
Dynamic two-hand jam.
And right in the face of the defender. Toppin pulls it in. Milwaukee in the lead. Shot on the wing. Arenas can't get that one to fall.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Charlotte no good that time either.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. To the paint. It's stolen.
And you saw him gauging that pass there. He knew they were coming inside with it and got in position for the steal.
The jump hook. And the rejection by Gafford. Pass to Toppin. Fires the three. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And it's the Hornets ball. Still looking for their first basket since the first quarter. Portis the screen. Can they get it? 6 on the shot clock. Outside Gonzalez. The 3. A rebound by the Bucks. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Pass to Arenas. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
It's stolen by Hachimura. Pass to Portis. Got a piece of it. And taken away by Arenas. And he lays it straight in. Arenas has got the lead up to 6 now for the Bucks. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Bucks.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
You've also got to love how their defense has been contesting so far, denying shooters to this point.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
Shot clock at 5. And the rejection by Gafford. Fast break, Milwaukee. Finished off the break. Arenas has got 13 points in just this quarter.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Thomas deciding where to go with it. Right wing. Outside Gonzalez. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 13-3 run right now. Arenas.
Aaron, bro, you ain't gonna do nothing but 5 out and run to the cut with Arenas? This shit boring.
Oh, and the jam by Arenas.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. There's Thomas with the three. Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Inside. And Gafford throws it down.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
.132 left in the second quarter. Gafford with the steal. Arenas with it. 15 points in the game. And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Screen by Gafford. Outside for Arenas. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Down low. It's Portis, high post. Second shot opportunity. And the rejection by Gafford. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Substitution on the court. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Bucks with possession. They're on a 17-6 run. And here's Barnes for three. No good. That miss takes him to 3 for 7. Pass the ball. They set the pick. Three-pointer. And the rebound by Jaren Jackson.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Now, here's Ball. 7 points in the game. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Ball's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Bucks ahead. They lead by 6. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the 3rd quarter underway. And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Milwaukee with it. Barnes with it. Picked up by Banchero. To the wing on the left. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Oh, that's straight TNT, baby. Explosive.
That was pretty, and he just has that effortless knack for getting inside. Ball with the bucket.
What a finish by LaMelo Ball. Thin frame, but that length at 6'7", he can mix it up now.
Back to Okoro. Misses the three. Hornets trail by 6. Here's Bankero. A three-pointer off the mark. And the Bucks with possession. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Darius Garland, the son of former NBA player Winston Garland, said that he was a sponge growing up listening to his dad. He hung on every word about playing point guard. Darius says, I learned the little things much quicker. He taught me at a young age to change gears to keep defenders off balance. Kevin?
He's doing it. I love the tricks of the trade you just talked about. Thank you so much. Milwaukee leading by 6. Pass to Jackson. Over in the corner, Barnes. Jackson with the screen. On the wing, Jackson. Good. Jackson's got 6 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Rebounded by the Bucks.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum.
Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
That's big-time length and athleticism by Scotty Barnes, leaving no doubt.
Right side, ball. On the wing, Williams. 5 points in the game. And there's a whistle that goes on Scotty Barnes. That'll be his second foul of the game. Bankero outside. Pass the ball.
Yeah, this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Oh, Bankero gets the defender off his feet with the pump fake. Nicely done.
The Hornets have looked good at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
And one of the highlights last year for this group was the fact that they were so efficient from the charity stripe. That's a huge factor.
And there's the call. It'll go on Cody Williams. That'll be his second foul of the game. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Pass to Quinones. There's the pick. Over Barrett. And another basket for Milwaukee.
It works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Doris, you can just see in Isaac Okoro the confidence he's gained since his rookie year.
Kevin, he's always had tremendous confidence on the defensive end. I mean, he's a lockdown defender at multiple positions. What you're seeing develop is more belief in his jump shot. And that confidence comes because he's been willing to put in the work.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. It's rebounded by Scotty Barnes. Bucks leading by 11. Pass to Jackson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Paolo Bankero. That's his first foul.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Williams with the block.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Hornets shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for 2.
Second free throw, no good. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Bucks. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Trains the three-pointer. Barnes has got the lead up to 13 now for Milwaukee.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
Outside, Barrett. Can't get it to fall.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Here's Quinones. 9 points in the game so far. It's not going to go for him. Outside, ball. Off target from three-point range.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
It's tipped. Fast break. Here we go. Williams with a clean look. Buries the corner three. Williams has got 9.
Boy, it's a risky move to pull up from three-point range on the break, but it's a shot he's very comfortable with.
3-pointer on the way. Hornets with the rebound. Pass the ball. From past the arc. And it's the Hornets another 3.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Here's Quinones. They get it again. Okoro with it. Drills it from outside. And the Bucks lead by 10.
Oh, the defense has to stay attached to him on the perimeter.
Outside, ball. From deep. And the rebound by Jerry Jackson. Bucks leading by 10. Here's Quinones. Outside for Jackson. Now Okoro. Williams with the block. And now the fast break. Banchero with the ball. .43 seconds left to play in the third. Launches a 3. That one's not going to go.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
Nice move. And the layup is good. Quinones has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Banchero, right side. The kick out to Williams. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll get right back to the action when we... And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Here's Ball. Toppin with the steal. Now the Bucks moving it up. And here is Hachimura. Johnson outside. Outside Arenas. Clock at 4. That's in for his 8th bucket tonight. A hot 8 for 11 shooting so far.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Banchero left side. Back to Barrett. There's the 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
To the paint. Here's Toppin. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. Hornets trail by 14. Outside Thomas. Toppin pulls it in. And so it's Milwaukee now. 14 points, their largest lead in the game. Outside Arenas. Good for his 9th make in just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Pass to Hachimura. Johnson, a wide open look. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter.
Well, defenses are content to give up the mid-range, right? It's not the high percentage restricted area or the three. You can see they're prepared to give up that shot.
Arenas with it. And they double up Arenas. Back to Hachimura. Now here's Arenas. Just 5 to shoot. The shot. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Out to the right wing. Back to Gonzalez. Oh, good with the triple. Bucks leading by 16. Outside Arenas. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Thomas, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
So they foul intentionally. Timeout. We've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Milwaukee making a switch here. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page.
Now on the court is your squad.
Hornets on defense now. They trail by 16. Inside. Here's Gafford. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
They could use a bucket. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Milwaukee.
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Another thing I thought they did well was pressure. They forced a ton of turnovers, turned those opportunities into points.
He hits both from the stripe. And Barnes has got the ball here for Milwaukee. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Third personal foul. 4th team foul. Substitution on the court.
That shot missing. Williams with the defensive effort. Hornets trail by 16. It's Barrett on the wing. Outside Williams. 5 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Here's Barnes. Pass to Arenas.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Jackson with the screen. Just 5 on the clock. And the Bucks miss again.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
Banchero with the ball. Guarded now by Okoro. Banchero right side. Looking to get back on track here. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. And here are the Hornets now. It's a 16-point game. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Yeah, this is why Banchero is special. He can turn a bad possession single-handedly into a productive one.
Left side Arenas. Here's Gafford. Screen by Gafford. Here's Arenas. And the jumper is good. Arenas has got 6 in the quarter.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Bucks.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And once it becomes official, this win gives them a nice confidence boost against this team. They'll face them twice more this season.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession. We've got 33 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Here's Arenas. Lays it up off the glass.
Convincing lead with very little time remaining, and the fans are pumped.
Well, they're getting ready to celebrate, no doubt. They know it's theirs to lose at this point.
Back to ball. Pass to Williams. 6 to shoot.
Williams.
So no problem for Milwaukee as they get the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.